Okay, guys, sorry. With my camera. Hey, hey, how's everyone tonight? Wait a minute. There we go. Scoop, scoop basket in view. Whew, it's been hot in Pennsylvania. Okay, so um, I forgot my glasses. Let me text my son really quick. So, how's everybody doing tonight? We are we are doing fabulous. It's just been so hot. So hot, so hot. Okay, there we go. Just a little crooked. Just a little crooked. Let's try to straighten up here a little bit. All right, and this is our vintage scoop. We have all kinds of things in here. Let me turn the light on so it can be nice and bright. Woo, that looks good. Of course, it's still daylight out in Pennsylvania, but hi, Debbie. How are you? So, what I have tonight, I have what I call vintage scoop. So, I take my scoop, which is this adorable flower scoop, or maybe I would imagine in your reminds me of a grain scoop, but it's so little, I think it's a flower scoop. But anyway, we go in here and we dig around like this, and we come up with a big scoop of goodies. We have matchboxes, we have buttons, we have little lace um, spools with lace on them. I have little tiny doilies, little pieces of quilt that I've made. Here is some vintage thread. And I have some pieces of vintage jewelry. Like this is a very cute rose pin. Is it a pin? If it is a pin, I can't see it right now because I'm blind without my glasses. So my son will have to bring them. But anyway, if you see this beautiful rose, hi everyone that stopped in. If you can imagine this on something, for example, if you altered a cigar box, or if you are a junk journaler and you like to make pretty 3D covers, that would be perfect. These are great set of four wooden buttons. And what I did is if I had buttons that were still tied together with string, I left them like that. So here I have a little tin, and this is a tart tin, and sometimes it has stuff in it when we scoop it up. I have some big buttons, and I have some little appliques in here. This is a cabinet card. Well, it's not really a cabinet card, but it's a photo, vintage photo. I have some pegs. There's some watches in here, some lace trim. This is a beaded bracelet. Now, a small disclosure, I don't know the age of any of these things. I just know that I've collected them for a long time, like the thimbles. There's a couple of those in there. There's a plastic one, advertising thimbles. These are just teeny tiny blue bottles. I don't know that they are vintage, but I love the blue, so I stuck those in there. Let's see. I have a couple vintage playing cards. Whoops, it played right out of the basket. And then here, let's see, what else do we have? We just keep digging and we have other buttons. Here is a real pretty um, clip-on earring. There are mother of pearl buttons with shanks. There are sew through mother of pearl buttons, which are my absolute favorite. But any of these things would look cute in a jar on your cabinet. I have some tickets in there. Now, there are two orange tickets that are marked with July 1st. And if you get one of the ones marked with July 1st, I have a special package for you. So I hope everyone is doing well and stays around for a bit. And I am going to go ahead and run the first auction. Starting price is $10. Um, oh, there we go. Things like to pop out. I thought I had another pair of glasses in here, but I don't see them. So there's all kinds of things. I mean, the way that I scoop is I go in and under and I dig at the bottom of the basket and I come back up and I hold on. And if there's anything that's in the scoop that's holding on to other things, like in this example, this is all holding on. So I'm going to collect all this and I'm going to scoop it out. So if this were your scoop, you would get this is a little wooden box. I'm not sure if it has, I don't think it has needles in it, but used to come with needles in it. Here's the vintage earring. Here are some really cute, like maroon or brown buttons. Here's a belt buckle. This is a necklace, and it is holding on to um this is a earring, and I don't know if this, I think this is another piece of, okay, it's a this necklace here. So um and we have a quilted heart and some buttons. These are also together, so I'll keep those together. Here is a watch. Now I don't know if the watches work. They can possibly be repaired. I think this one is missing some type of link. You can try them and see if they work. I found them in an old jewelry box, so I don't know their age. I have another, here's a bunch more buttons that are still together. And this is actually a these are real glass, so I'm not sure of, but it's all intact. So this is a really pretty piece. Here you have some chain pieces, some more buttons, some metal buttons. So this would be your scoop, millinery flower. So you would get everything in this scoop, and oops, that would be what you would get for your scoop if this was yours. So what I'm going to do is dump this back in, and I also, this is a little packet of um Rick Rack, and it's actually Betsy Ross Rick Rack, I think it was called, in the packaging. So it's been around a little while, not as long as Betsy Ross, but her things I don't think are made anymore. So this is the fun for tonight. Um, I'll be here for a while. If you have to go cook dinner and come back, there's still going to be tons of things available in this scoop. So no one will be disappointed. I have some dominoes in there. Some these are clip earrings, but aren't isn't that cool that you can add to a journal? So welcome to all that have come in. I hope you stay for a little bit, and we will just hang out. I need something to drink already, and I need to get my glass. I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I don't think I have any glasses in here. Um, I don't have everything in here, but I'll be right back if anybody comes. Tell them I'll be right back. I have to get glasses or I won't be able to see. Teach me. Okay, I'm back and I can see who's joined. So if there's anyone who Okay, I finally got that unstrung. So I'm going to lay that down here. This cute little earring. And let me adjust. Let me take out some of the cards for a second. And what we'll do is we'll dig down here and let you all see um there's another watch I have in here, and I have, like I said, any buttons that are just already put together. I kept them together. So these are cats on here. There's just as cute as can be, cats. And the watch face is very pretty. I can't see what brand of watch it is, but it just needs a link. So if anybody, and then this part is fine, the opening and shutting part. But even if you didn't want to use it for, you know, for something to wear or repair it, it would still look really cute on a necklace or a journal. I'm all about decorating journal covers. Here's another cute piece. This is a elephant with a tassel. So pretty. And then we have one of these little things, which to me would take so much time and effort to make. Someone made it. They used it's like a sequin base, and they sewed all these little things on here. I have some dominoes, and I have little doilies. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, little soapstone birds. These are doves, I believe, but they're cute. I've had them in my treasure box forever. So beautiful, beautiful buttons. I just love buttons. I love searching through buttons. I have some of my own that I keep. Here's a really cool metal one. Depending on what you like to do, if you like slow stitching, buttons are perfect for slow stitching because you can just add a button on here or there. Let me see if I can get this off without cutting it. Let's see. Maybe. Yay! This is really pretty. I love this. It just hooks like this around the little beads. Just has a hook. Um, so I never could wear this type of thing because my neck was too big, but it's very pretty, and they're glass stones. So even if you don't want to wear it and you want to harvest it, this would be beautiful. Yellow buttons. Who looks for yellow buttons? We all look for yellow buttons. This is a button still stuck to a tag that you're going to go to jail for if you cut off. I always thought that when I was a kid. Let's see. There's that rose. Let's see what's on this side. Here's a measuring tape. It's complete, but it is plastic. I have not decided. Here's another matchbox. Now, these are not your standard matchboxes. These are made out of a balsa wood, and then they have a paper bottom. They've been around a while. This one is called the Tourist. The Tourist. You can see it has a cute little image on the top. So I put those in there. I try to be careful because of those. I don't want them to break, but so far they've been pretty hardy. And we will look for some other stuff. Other stuffs. Ooh, okay. So this is some vintage sheer ribbon. Very pretty, light blue. There's probably a yard or so there. And this is just a piece of vintage um, lace with sequins. You can um, cut these little round parts and use them right on your tags. Here is American Eagle. I suppose he is. It is a scarf. Um, I don't know what it's called, scarf holder, something of that nature, but you can um, use this for a journal cover, or you can just keep it as is for a scarf. Very nice. Let's see. I have put a few of these beads in. Here is a spoon, and it says Florida Sunshine State. So it's like a novelty spoon. And let's see. Here's mother of pearl buttons with a shank. Here's some. Uh, Here's another advertising thimble. I'm not sure. Oh, this is a very cool shank button. It has a metal shank on it, a belt loop. Um, Here is a piece of a necklace that I took apart. Let's see what else I can show you guys. Just all kinds of cool things. So even though a lot of these things are antique, they look really nice as elements for your journal. Like these buttoned um, tags. If it were me, I would probably just stick these right down in my journal. I don't know if I have one that has pockets. Let me see. I have one over here that I was working on. Now these are very like a shabby rustic type. So this is not finished, but I use this image and I put, this is going to be for whatever I decide to entitle it. This is some very shabby fabric. And then on the inside, I just have different paper. So, for example, this is a little pocket here. Well, let me see if he's a pocket. Take him off. He's supposed to be a pocket. There it is. Okay, so what we can do is we can just take these button cards and just stick them right down in there. Now, I probably wouldn't use the yellow one. This is blue. You could use blue. Look really nice, but um, you don't find buttons on cards very often. So here is a black one that would look nice. Just stick it right in that pocket. This is a reuse of something that I had. Then you could stick it right inside your journal, whatever page you like. And this journal has old um coffee stain papers. It has some book pages that have been stained. Nice vintage staining in this. Um, Here is a piece that's a little thicker that has a pocket here. So now what could we put in this pocket? Let's see. Something what we put in there? I love this old button. We could put that in there. We could even put one of these in here. So all kinds of things can be put in there. Now you have to be careful, of course, because the thickness. But and there are some other. Here's a piece that says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and here's a shabby tag. Now this tag we could decorate, and here's one with Morning Glory on it. This is very cool. Here's a vintage photograph of a family. We just put that in there. And I stapled some pieces on. I like using the staples. I think that makes an interesting look to your pages. This has sticker, not something I normally use, but I thought it looked nice on there. So those are some this is a journal that I've had for a while. I really haven't done anything to it. I just made it look old and shabby. And that is the beauty of all these vintage things because you can add them as treasures, on your journals. So I'm going to put this, oops, put my button cards back. And I'm just going to set this over here. Okay. I'm going to just um here's a really cute, this is a vintage applique. I'm going to save these buttons and then when we start scooping, or I may just give a scooper one of them because they're kind of big. I want you guys to be able to see all the other things that are in here. There's another watch. Now it is all together, but I don't know what brand it is. see what's over here. We have these tickets. So if you have a ticket that's marked 7-1 on the back, if that comes up in your scoop, I have a special package for you. And here, this is another earring, and it is so cool. I don't know if I'd want to wear it though, because it's very jaggy, but it's so cool to add on to something like a journal cover. I would definitely use that right there because it's like a rose. Okay, let's see. I lost you somewhere. So they could put that right there. And it clips on. It still has the clipper on the back. So you could just clip it. I don't know if I can get underneath the book. There it clips on the side. That would be kind of interesting to clip it on the side and then even add something. I like that a lot. But it's in the embellishments. It's for you. It's for all of you to come and enjoy and get a scoop. Come and get a scoop. Here's a, I don't know what this was originally, maybe a brooch, but it's been broken off. This is like, this is like a, just look at this tiny little button card. Just teeny tiny. Looks like one was missing. Definitely go in my journal. You guys don't buy these tonight. I'm picking out stuff for my journal. It's very, a lot of these things. Here's another 7-1 ticket. A lot of these things are vintage, uh, fun. Look at this button. It is the coolest thing. So it's matte here, but then it's shiny on the outside. Metal shank. Here's another very cool cut glass one, gold. So you never know what you're going to find in here. Might find matching pair of earrings. You may find a watch with a beaded bracelet. I don't know how to get that on there. Okay. Here is, this is cutest little thing. Do y'all remember when country things were all the rage? This is a little sheep with a felt ears, and it's a pin, and it looks like it's on the end of a popsicle stick. That's adorable. Here's just a little bauble of a dangle. The buttons looked kind of futuristic to me because they're knobby. Mm. Well, just wonderful. This button keeps calling my name. I love that button. Okay, so I'm going to put some of my favorites on the top. These are always my favorite. You can wrap ribbon or lace around them. Here is a key and another button. Here's some lace, dominoes. Oh, goodness. I'm finding out that pretty much everything is my favorite. That's a carved button, even though it's broken. I would definitely use that on something. Those are my favorite kinds that have some character because they're cracked or, and I like sew through buttons. I will use shank and cut the shank off if I need to. But if you like making fabric flowers, the shank ones are great to use. So I don't know why. Why? I don't know what's going on. This is like, I mean, this is very good quality. I don't know about the chain. It doesn't tell me what it is, but I always think when a chain has this, it's a pretty nice chain. So this is vintage lobster clasp. I want to put it in a little bag though. Let me see if I can find a small one because I don't want it to get all tangled up again. So I'm going to put it in here and dump it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm going to take the button thingies out. This one's small enough that it can be scooped. Let's see if I have any other large ones in here. Look at all that goodness. If you like buttons, I don't know if y'all remember, but these are button covers. Like if you had a really cute blouse, but you didn't care for the buttons, you could just slip that right over the button. There's another applique. Oh, stars and garters. There's so much stuff. So much stuff. But I'm going to leave these button cards out, and each one, everyone that gets, hi, welcome, welcome. Anyone that gets a scoop, we'll just give them a choice of the button card that they want. So this is a large sewing basket. It is chocked full of goodies. And here is our scooper. So I would go in like this and dig in the bottom, and then this would be the scoop. Anything hanging off the edges, we do include. So our scoops are generous scoops, fun, all kinds of wonderful things. Welcome, welcome. We have vintage goodies tonight. We have buttons, trim, yo-yos, appliques, some vintage matchbox with jewelry pieces, jewelry, wearable jewelry. We have tins, tart tins, lots of good stuff. Here's a doily and here's a yo-yo. When I scoop things fall out, let me see what else is. Oh, here's an applique. Here's a button. This is a really cute doily. An applique in there. Leave some doilies out. Just just fun stuff, guys. You will not be disappointed. Welcome, welcome. Upcycled Art by Sandy. How are you? Explain to me. I so I was talking about this the other night when I was doing my embellishment scoops, which we will be doing embellishment scoops tomorrow. But I was talking about this house. This is an old house, and my mom said that it was built in the 1800s, early 1900s. And she said a lot of the builders then built homes similar to how they built their boats. So the boats were higher on the sides and then in the middle. So in this house, everything runs towards the middle, no matter what room you're in. So that's probably why my camera keeps going that way. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to be making some vintage paper packs that I will be putting in my shop. So I'm going to take out, this is a French book I have. So I'm going to take out some of the French pages. And let me see if I started one yet. Okay, so we have a timesheet. We have some French pages. We have, okay, let me see what we have in this beautiful. Hold on to that. I know I took some Picasso pages out. Picasso pages out. So we have 2 pages from Picasso. We have 2 pages from Les Mademoiselles de Maupin. I don't speak French, but I am rooting for the French soccer team to win. But who knows? My friend tells me that I'm just jumping on the bandwagon about that, and it could be right, but out of the games that I have watched, the game with France has been the best. They just, I mean, the uh the people that are the goalies. Sorry, I watch soccer in Spanish. So the goalie, he really was doing a great job. There's Pablo. He was doing a great job for um the other team. And who was it? France and who? I can't remember who they were playing. But um they just did really good. So Mademoiselle. Okay, I need to get some more pages out of this. This is nice paper too. Nice paper for making pockets. Here's a blank piece. I'm gonna keep that. Well, not really blank, I guess. Hi, how's everyone tonight? I hope you're doing well. We are running generous scoops of vintage and antique items. We have all kinds of fun things. We have doilies, we have lace. I have dominoes in there, tons of buttons. And there's one running right now if anyone who wants to jump in and see what they can get in their vintage scoop. If you're there, say hi. Hello. How you doing out there? I'm so glad you all joined. I am just creating paper packets right now. So just some book pages that are great for journals or pocket making, whatever you want to do with them. Please come in and say hello. How you doing? What you been doing? We have some fun giveaways tonight with some vintage goodies. So make sure you come along. I have vintage postcards that I will be offering, and some vintage button cards, and also um, some vintage button cards, postcards, and lace. That's what comes in the little packet. So come on in and enjoy some super duper fun. Scooper duper pun. Here we are. We are scooping up all kinds of things. Buttons. We have measuring tape. We have some old jewelry. We have some old ribbon in here. We have spoons, brooches, matchboxes. Everything you see in here has been around for a while. So come on down and get your scoop. Get you a scoop. Get you a scoop. Okay, I want to just see something. So we fold this like this, and then like fold this like this, and then like this, like this. You take this part and fold it under, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in. Hello, hello. Come on in. We are ready for a scooping good time. We have vintage buttons and bits and baubles. And you are welcome to come in and get a scoop. So if it's like this, and then I go like this, and go like this, so it's even. And then these, one can go this way, and one can go inside here. Okay, that's how you do it. But I think I just need to maybe fold this in a tiny bit because it doesn't want to go in there even. Now we have pocket, that we have a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket here. And then if we put it on the back, we will have, we only glue down the, okay, cool. So that's our pocket. I'm gonna make sure my air conditioner's on the right setting because I feel like I think it's on high, high, um, high full. Okay, we're good. And make the bed. Well, we got full. Sorry about that. I kind of like it better like that, but pull this down a little bit like this, a little bit like this. Here we have a pocket. Maybe, maybe I want this over more. So it's a more narrow pocket. Put in now. Okay, I like that better because it actually gives me another space here, a space here, a space here and a space here, and depending on how I glue it, a space there. Now I don't care for this part. So I'm going to gently tear it off. I don't know why I doubled that. I guess I was thinking it needed to be. Okay, there we go. And there we have a pocket. And you can put, oops, that fell out. And it has stuff in it. Whoa. Um, you can actually put things in this. Here's a button card. And fill this, fill this with all kinds of ephemera, either vintage or handmade. And then you can also trim the edges if you want to. Trim the edges in lace or rickrack. Rickrack would be cool. I'm going to take this side that I tore off. For goodness sake. I'm just going to bend it over a little bit. I'm going to bend it over to this side. Just this side. I mean, hold it any way you like to get it to work, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, there. I'll probably close it with a little bit of glue right there, just to make sure. And then you have a pocket with a tuck here. You have a tuck here. You have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here. And if you only glue it down to the sides, you'll have a pocket for the back. Very cool. Cool, cool, cool. How's everyone doing tonight? Nobody wants a scoop, a scoopy doopy doop of goodness. Scoop of goodness. Okay. I'm going to write on this with my Peppa Pig pen. I'm going to write um, template. So I will have this for next time. Okay. Let's continue making some paper packets. So I still have a lot of Picasso pages. So let me tear out some more. French text. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This even has where they put notes in the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We have 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. Let's see how many more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Mademoiselle. So I have a couple things in the works. I'm really excited about my embellishment scoop sale tomorrow. And Saturday, I'm not sure what Sophie's doing because I do help her mod. So I want to make sure I'm available for her on Saturday. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may do an earlier show on Saturday. We will see. Hello, hello. How's everyone tonight? We are scooping up some embellishments, and I am working on journal paper packets. So if you have the need for any, they will be hopefully available. my mid-July. I have company coming next week, so not sure what I'm going to be doing then. These are just so cool. So with these pages, you can make pockets out of them. They're big enough for, a multi-pocket. Or if you like the pictures that are on them, you can cut them out. I know my friend Rebecca, she is probably one of the people I know that has a style. Hi, anybody home? Hi, Amanda. Oh no, I said it wrong. Amada, M-A. Okay, well, hello, welcome, welcome. What I have for you tonight is vintage antique scoops. So in this basket, I have all kinds of antique type things. Ribbon, buttons, um, jewelry pieces, and we scoop it up. We scoop it up for $10. Mhm. Oh, okay. I do need this one. Hmm. I'll tell you, it's the weirdest thing how it just will gradually come towards me. Okay, need 8 more pages. I really enjoy reading everybody's username. I usually end up butchering them, but not because I mean to, because I don't I don't know what what the names are. I get confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll go with these two. And then here are two more. Hmm. It was even hard to do hands back in for Picasso back in 1888. That was his painting back then. I like his bold colors and strokes, bold strokes. I have always liked his style. Um I don't know who my favorite is really. There have been artists that I've learned about as I've done different arty things, but never. Let's see, how many did I add of these? I'll just add two. So I don't know how many I have. These are like grading, grade school, sorry, papers, and I'm going to put 4 of them in each one. and 2 daily timesheets. And hi, welcome, welcome in. We have scoops of vintage goodies. I have a scoop here. It's about a cup size. We go in the bottom and we dig up a bunch of goodies and turn that over, and you've got yo-yos, jewelry pieces, lace. We have some millinery, wooden matchbox, big old buttons, all kinds of stuff. These are vintage buttons, so they're going to be buttons that you would find in your grandma's sewing basket. And I am just putting some paper together here for paper packets for journals, junk journals. If anybody is interested, we will run scoops of some cool giveaways. Follower giveaway. Let me see if I can. No, that's not what I want to do. That isn't either. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, there we go. So if anybody's interested, you can see what we got in a scoop, and oh man, it is so good. Such a yummy scoop of things for your journals and your tags. I'll show you an example. This is it's a house that I made for a journal card, just a tag you can stick in. And this was a piece of a broken brooch, and I put it on there, and it looks perfect with her. It's almost like a little piece attached to, and this is the roof, of course, with the gathered lace. Really fun. So that is what you can do with some of your jewelry that you find for buttons and trim. You can do something like this, where you have these buttons and you have this kind of fancy trim. This is actually fabric right here. So there's lots of ways that you can add. Let me see if I have another one that might have, oops, might have, oh, for goodness sake. Let's see here. This one is a family. I just love this tag. Here is the roof. This one doesn't have any jewelry on it, but it just shows you how you can use all the different laces and just layer them. And it makes a really cute, just tie this around the middle. So this is a family, and they're happy and tied together and tied up with a bow. So that's what, oh my. Oh, I need to put 2 with this one. Hmm. Okay, what other book do I have that I can use for papers? Let me see what else is in here. Maybe I can use some. Oops, there's my art journal. I was wondering what happened to that. Now I know. You find things or you have done things and you put it aside. Can't remember where you put it. This is also a little journal I started. And I said I didn't like to start journals or do journals. Must have been fibbing to myself. Let's see what these look like. Okay. All right. So this one, it already has a little pocket here, little piece of paper, an envelope. I think this is a paper bag pocket. There's some fancy lace on there. Some more dictionary pages. Oops, that piece is coming out. I have to glue that down. What are we having back? Oh, this is Precious. She Precious. I put her in the back. And this is a envelope, so you can pop it up. You can see her underneath there. That's so cute. Cute, cute. And I love this because I just put on some fabric and some tape, I think. That's surprise yourself in what you can do. I might have to take, is this the page that I said was torn? I might have pulled on it too hard with the. So what can we do to remedy that? How many pages do we have in here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so let's just tear this piece out. And I think this piece should stay in fine. And then we can use this piece. Hi, I'm talking to myself in here. Welcome. I'm doing some embellishment scoops tonight. And basically, what that is this is a sewing basket. It is full of all kinds of things. I have vintage buttons, I have vintage jewelry pieces, I have some French thread, I have some other ribbon, gilded ribbon, or at least it has gold thread in it. I don't know if you call it gilded. And some little matchboxes. I have some pegs. I have bundles of lace, doilies. I have these are cutter quilt hearts that I made, and they have mother of pearl buttons on them. I have dominoes in here. I have thimbles in here, buttons galore. These are some clip earrings that I thought would look really nice. If you are a junk journaler, here's a soapstone bird, dove. Let's see. If you're a junk journaler, these are perfect. But even if you're not, and here's a eagle scarf, um, scarf pin. Even if you're not a junk journaler and you just like yummy stuff, this is a yummy stuff kind of dig. So I think one of my spools came undone. I'll have to find it and redo it. Here it is. So as you can see, this spool has a lot of beautiful vintage lace on it. It's a little dainty lace, the little flower. What in the world is my camera doing? I tell you guys, it moves on its own. So this is just full of vintage lace. And I'm not sure what happened with this one. I guess it was tied and it didn't stay tied. But these are vintage spools, wooden spools, and this one is a Coats and Clarks, which is my favorite one. Applique, this is a glass jewelry piece. There's just so much in here that if you just wanted to make a beautiful vignette with all your different things that you found and put them in a jar, it would be just so pretty. So I think um some of the stuff flies out when I dig in it because it's so full. But my scoop is right here. And this is actually even a vintage flower scoop. So you can get a generous scoop of embellishments. Embellishments, vintage trim. This is some vintage rickrack, and there's a button in there. Oh, this journal I did worked on a while back, and didn't do everything in it, I don't think. Um, so I have this cool vintage, I've sewed buttons on it, and I'm going to put it with these two little things with a bulb pin. So it will be like a dangle. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Gold one. If you've been looking for some fun vintage pieces, be sure to follow me Be sure to bookmark me because I will be adding other things to the mix. I will be adding other things. I want a little dangle for this. Let me see if I can find one without destroying everything. So you hook these together with a ball pin, and then you can stick them. You can stick, for example, um, this one says, I just want to make nice things. And then this is just an old card, a greeting card that I've had. I don't know if it was a greeting card or just like a regular little note card. And then I put in um this pocket right here. This, I love using corrugated cardboard. Now with this one, it opens like this, and then it has this beautiful flower. So we can close that. And this is a cool piece. Now, um, I put a door, I punched a hole here, and then I put a piece of masking tape and tore some of it off. This is a very cool applique. Now, this journal in general has a gold vibe to it because I used a lot of gold spattering, gold paint. Um, Walt Whitman, I love him. And this one, I think, is attached to this one. So it has some lace on the edge. I'm pretty sure it's attached. If it's not, it has become yeah, it is attached. Here's a little flat piece, really cute, with some shirred vintage fabric. And this one goes up. This is a little tabby thing I made. Some, I just love using this is a sheer ruffle. Here are 2 pages that I did. I love the gold in these. And this is more probably of an art type journal because I use more paint in it than I normally do. Um, this is the center. I tried to find ways that I can incorporate other elements for the binding because I don't just like a plain old string binding. Okay, now this stuck a little bit because it was modeling paste and I put it through a stencil so it comes out like this, which is very cool. And it's just a pink pocket. Here's some more stamping. This is a very cute baby image. I don't know where I got that. And these, and here is a pocket with a cheesecloth, just kind of a rustic feel to it because it's cardboard. Now, because I've added a lot of stuff, it's pretty much alligator mouth. So this is a piece of gim, and I just wrap it around a couple times and then underneath the button to keep it closed because it's very alligator mouth. So that's another one of my treasures. Someone was asking me about journals, and I didn't realize I had made or at least started some. Hmm. And I made my hippie bracelets. That's what I call them, hippie bracelets. I don't know, or gypsy bracelets. Not sure what I'm going to name them, but I love making these. They're just torn strips of fabric around a piece of rope, and then you add the beads and baubles to it. Here's another spool with ribbon. This one I've tied a little bit better. I need to find something. I thought I had, maybe I'll just put a tiny piece of tape on it. Maybe that'll work. It's been so hot that um any little thing that you do just makes you so exhausted. I don't know how people are going to be doing any picnicking tomorrow or Saturday. Okay, well, just put that on there just to keep it. But it's a fat little roll. You know, I'm not really a lover of washi tape, but I may need to put something right here. Let me see where my washi tape is. Washi tape. Um, Here too. I'm going to be adding some of this washi tape tomorrow in my sale, so in my embellishment scoops. This is pretty. This has roses on it, and I'm just going to tear it. I don't even care if it's torn straight because this journal is very um organic. Very organic. I like that. And this paper is, I think, a handmade paper, so it will do good in accepting the washi tape because it's porous. Oh, this bag that's in here, um, I think it was given to me by a swap partner. So, all right, guys. Hopefully, we get a couple visitors who want a scoop a doop. A lot of people coming in. Anyone that's coming in that's interested in getting a scoop of vintage items, just let me know. We are a small business here at home, just supplementing our income a little bit. And hope you can okay, these you probably can't see super well. Here's our embellishment scoops. We have all kinds of goodies in here. But I've been going through some of my journals. This is a journal that I made a while ago. I just tried it with some glue, like bookbinders glue. It didn't work really super well, but what I thought I would do with this is I am probably going to glue these two pages together so that we don't have any white in the middle. And I know I got and I know I got some of these pages from friends. I don't know if I did that or not because I don't think that this is my gel plating. This is these circles definitely are mine because I love circles. I'm not sure about this one. This one here is mine. I think it's one of Eddie's stencil. These are so nice to work with. I'm not sure. This is one. Um, this is another one. I just love this one. And this one. It has some sparkle in it. Hi, Sean. Nice to have you. We're scooping up some goodies tonight, and I'm just chattering away. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. I am a mixed media artist by trade, so all these kinds of things are what I would use in some of my pieces. And so I have lots and lots of extras, and I'm sharing them with you guys. And I'm just going through a few of these pages in one of my art books that I made just to see what's what's going on. So it looks pretty good. I just need to glue those pages together, and then some of these pages that stuck. Is that upside down, Jean? Maybe. Maybe. These colors are really good. Mm. So we are just chit chatting and talking. Anybody wants to join in, you're welcome. And we can also run a scoop with all kinds of goodies in here. All kinds. Just all the way to the bottom of this basket. And we'll turn it over. And we've got jewelry pieces, yo-yos, vintage rickrack. We have um wooden spools. Here's a frog set. Let's see. There's watches in here. Vintage watches, there's vintage brooches, there's clip-on earrings, all kinds of delicious stuff for crafting or collecting. These types of things would look really nice if you wanted to add them to your vignette where you wanted to place several of these things in a jar together and just show your vintage things that you love. um so I have added some things like pieces of cutter quilt that I've slow stitched, doilies, yo-yos that I've made. Doilies, I haven't made the doilies. I don't know how to crochet. This is a little vintage matchbox. I have tons of buttons in here of all kinds. I have some plastic ones I found, some glass ones I found, wooden. There's just so much in here. It's crazy. So I know that if any of you get anything from this pile, you will certainly be delighted. So that's what we are running tonight. If you're ready for a scoop, let me know. If not, that's okay. Hello. How's everyone? I'm going to run this right now. If you're interested, come right in and get yourself a scoop. You might find some very cool buttons. You may find that you get some jewelry pieces. We give generous scoops. We have a vintage scoop. It's a flower scoop or feed scoop. And we have this basket chock full of all kinds of things. I put quilt pieces in here, little quilt pieces. I put um wooden spools with lace on it, matchbox. I have doilies, I have rickrack, I have tart tins, all kinds of things in here um that anyone would love for their collection. So here is just handful. There's thimbles and buttons, and there's a jack piece, all kinds of goodies. I don't know why my rings go like that, but they do. So if anyone's ready to get the party started, we can scoop up some goodness. For everyone that gets a scoop tonight, they get a vintage button card and a vintage postcard. So come on in and get your scoop. Man, I know if I saw that, I would not be able to resist. I was thinking about some of my tags back here and the things that I had made with these 3D type items. Oh, this must have been celluloid and got broken. Oh, yeah, celluloid. Let me throw that out. That button's been around a long time. Hello, Kelly. Welcome in. Welcome in. We have vintage goodies for you. All kinds of vintage goodies. We have buttons. We have jewelry pieces. We have laces. We have yo-yos. We these vintage jewelry pieces are really nice. This is just a clip-on earring, but just for example, I have a journal right here. I could clip this right onto that closure and it would look so cute. So come on in and get your vintage scoops before I use it all for my journals. I'm going to run one right now in case you all are interested. Just all kinds of amazing things. Wooden buttons. Um, this was an interesting button. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but I would imagine it's been around a little bit because it has a metal shank, but it is a pretty cool button. And I have some thimbles. This is a plastic one, but it has a bead stuck in it. A plastic one, but I also have some metal ones in here. I think I have two other ones at least. And I just put, anything and everything that I know I would enjoy if it would come in a scoop. Would never offer something to you all that I myself would not enjoy. This is a glass um 2-strand vintage bracelet. No name, of course, but it's has been around for a little while. It just has a hook and you just put it on where one of these hanging balls would be. And there you go. Isn't that beautiful? I'm sure it needs cleaned, but it certainly is pretty. And you could get that in your, this is some vintage ribbon that I just rolled up and put it in plastic because I knew it would get all. Here is some purple with gold tone or gold thread rickrack. Let me see what else I have in here. Let me see where my plate is so I can show you guys just some of the stuff that's in here. It's so full, but it's so fun. Okay, so if this would be a scoop, which this might be a really big scoop, but still, just to show you guys, this is there are doilies in here. There's quilt pieces. Let me put this like this. We have the necklace. We have another jewelry piece. This is an elephant. He can be put on a chain if you want to. We have some watches, some old watches in here. I have some more. Here's one that's a cat. Pop bottles, I call these. And these are for making your own little magnet. You can put pictures in there, do all kinds of things with those. These brown buttons, sometimes it's hard to find a certain color. These brown buttons are really nice. And they're whatever's tied together stays together. This little blue bottle, I don't think it's old. I just liked it, so I stuck it in here. Oh, let's see. This is an old. No, it's not old. It's just cool buttons. Not all of them are super vintage. Some of them. Hi, Ash. Nice to have you. Some of them are vintage, and some of them I would consider more of a craft button. But like some of these round ones with buttons, purple, those are hard colors to find unless they're dyed. This is a chain with a really cool piece in it. Have lots and lots of goodies in here. This is a vintage lace. Here's a jewelry piece. That's cool. Another necklace. So there's here's an applique. There's just tons of stuff in this basket to be scooped up and sent along home to you. There's even some cool beads. I put these sparkly beads in just to jazz it up a little bit. And each person who gets a scoop tonight gets a choice of a button card and a choice of a vintage postcard that I will be putting in your package. I was just looking at some of my journals I have. Mm, this is cute. This is such a cute picture. I want to put it in here. Let me see. I'm going to put it in like that. So let me just stick it there for the time being. This is trash. Ay, ¿dónde estás? Aquí en la cama. Oh, te mandé un mensaje desde luego que me trajeras un vaso de plástico con hielo y un ginger ale. No, porque te traigo con agua todavía fría, con hielo. Where's Gabriel then? ¿Está en casa o está contigo? Aquí conmigo, estamos viendo el juego. Pues dile que me trae un vaso de plástico con hielo y un ginger ale, please. Estoy haciendo mi vendimia y es bien caliente. Gracias. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We have vintage scoops tonight. It's so good of you to stop in, Robbie. And you're gone. And you're gone. What did I do with my Peppa Pig pen? My Peppa Pig pen. This one is a cat with a fish. But I thought I had my Peppa Pig. There she is. Mhm. It's kind of hard to write with this little tiny pen, but it is cute as pie. I love it. So, these pens, um, when I was in school many moons ago, I always wanted one of these pens that had the different colors. Well, I got some of these and I I got some of these and what I did, um, they have cute little characters on them. So they're fun to write in your journals with. So I put them in my embellishment scoops. So if you guys come by, hello, hello, Nan. How are you? So I'll be doing those tomorrow night and hope you all stop in because I, you can just put the tea over there. Are you, where are you? In my room? Hello, welcome in. Hello. How's everyone doing tonight? We're scooping up some goodness. So if you're interested in any type of mason jar goodies, that's what we have here. We have so many buttons, jewelry pieces, little doilies. We have appliques of hearts with that are made out of cutter quilts. So those are in here. Here's another applique. Here's some other doily pieces. That dusty, I don't know, purple is really pretty. And then I have some yo-yos, a buckle. This is a really cool sunflower clip earring. Just all kind. Here's some wooden spools with lace on them. Here's a mother of pearl button. So we have all kinds of stuff in here. Oh no, what's crashing now? And only $10 a scoop. A scoopity scoop. So come on in and get your scoop. Here's our scoop. We do generous scoops. So hopefully you'll stay and get you a scoop. We're giving away button cards and vintage postcard for any buyer tonight. And let's see. Okay. Hello, hello, welcome. How's everyone doing tonight? Okay. Welcome in, welcome in. We're doing finding all kinds of treasures for you tonight. We have um vintage buttons. We have vintage matchbox. We have, there's no matches in there, by the way. A glass necklace. We have some ribbon. We have appliques. We have doily pieces, brooches, um, tons of buttons, just the coolest looking buttons. Great, great buttons for a button jar. Just love all the buttons that there's red, there's purple, metal, just all kinds of stuff in here. This is a rose. Just a rose. I thought it was a pin, but if it is, it's lost its pin back, but it's still beautiful. Still beautiful. And we have there's some thimbles in here. Here's a thimble, advertising thimble. Um, let's see. This is some thread. Very nice thread to use. It's not rotted, it's still good, and it's I believe French. That's what I was told when I purchased it, but I don't know for sure. We have some vintage laces. So we have all kinds of really cool things for you to enjoy. And I can run an auction right now if you'd like to bid. Hi, Cottage Living. Thank you for stopping in. My desk is kind of cluttered right now because I was working on some junk journals. I use a lot of these things in my work, mixed media artist. So you will often find buttons on my pieces, pieces of jewelry, um, pieces of lace, muslin. You can do all kinds of things with buttons and trinkets. Um, these buttons are really cool to add. I like some of these bigger gray colors because this is a cool green one. I love these gray ones because if you use any of Tim Holtz people, welcome, welcome. Um, buttons like this look really nice together. And this has a doily piece. It has wording from a book. It has this little corduroy. Actually, that's not a button, that's a brad, but still, that looks really cute. And then we have whoops, some with pieces of linens that you can salvage. This is a little piece of a cutter quilt. So, really, a lot of things you can do with your goodies. Brian, are you back or did I see you before or am I confused? If you are the same Brian, welcome back. Thank you. Hey, Jason. If you are here, thank you for stopping by again. I want you guys to be able to get some of these goodies. Do we have any junk journalers? Do we have anybody who alters things, makes maybe dolls or little critters that need to have buttons on their shirt or their sweater or oh, there's just so much. Little millinery flowers. Those are precious. So there's so much in here. You can just it's overflowing with goodness. Overflowing with goodness. There are some tickets in here as well. Rick Rack, dominoes. This is a very cool button. I often think if I could paint, these would be so pretty to paint on some of these. Their texture is like perfect for paint. I don't paint very often, but hello, everyone that stopped in. Here is a state of Florida spoon. Here is another. I just think this is the coolest button. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's like almost a shimmery burnt orange. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera. There it is. It is a really cool button. I think I only have one of those. There are other ones here that are nice sew through buttons for crafters. This is a little pin, probably from the 80s or 90s. Red buttons, white buttons. We have, let's see. We have some really cool clip-on earrings. Um, me see what color this is. This kind of reminds me of cactus, but we could even add it to something like this piece right here and just kind of add it on the side as if it were a paper clip. I don't know if I like it better like that. I think I like it sideways. It can go right on there. Now, what I would do with something like this, because it, unless you were going to specifically use it as a paper clip, I would probably secure that somehow. But that's a really cool idea. Just to use it as a paper clip. You could definitely hang a bulb pin off the side of that with some tickets or something. Really cool ideas that you can use some of these 3D things for. I think Saturday morning I may have a craft along, and I can show you how I would use some of these things. I think that would be fun. We could maybe make a journal, or I think I'm going to schedule that for Saturday because I'm afraid that it's going to be one of those times where we end up spending the day inside. It's supposed to be so hot. Okay, so I need to make myself a little note because I found some other stuff to put in our regular embellishment scoops. I mean, doesn't this look yummy? I mean, there's not one thing I think in here that I could not use on one of my projects or use it in its, by itself. Um, I need to make myself a note here. Button. Um, it's been so hot that even my iced tea doesn't even taste like iced tea. But stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Have to. Have to. Have to. Oops, there's a piece of fella. What's going on with my game? Hmm. Oh, this is cute. I found this in a pack. Says from the library of This one I think is the same thing. Oh my goodness. This one, they're all book plates. I never saw these. Those are so cute from the cookbook collection. I wonder who sent me these, and I don't even remember. There's a cat one. These are so cute. I love these. I love, that's a little mouse, I think. I love this. Isn't that beautiful? I never knew these existed. Okay, so we put them back in the bag. And oh, I'm not sure who I got these from. I think some of these I got from Hazel, but I'm not sure about the other stuff. Very fun, very. I didn't know about those cards, so that's nice. I might have to scan some of those. Hello, hello, anybody watching? Anybody here? Anybody? So we're going to go to 10. If we don't get anybody, we're going to close out for tonight. Tomorrow, barring any unforeseen occurrences. Hi. People are so funny. They stop for 2 seconds. I mean, I do the same thing. There are some. Hi, welcome. I hope you stay a while. I've been lonely. Nobody wants to stay. What I have tonight is a what I would call a vintage scoop of goodies. We have buttons and trims and dominoes. We have wooden spools with lace on them. We have so many buttons, all kinds, pieces of jewelry, watches, thread, all that kind of stuff that you can position in a really nice mason jar and put it on your shelf. Or you can use it like I do in some of my art pieces, as you see displayed in the back. So, if anybody would like to have a scoop, I'm running that right now. And we can see what everybody likes. Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we have vintage scoops. And what a vintage scoop is I have a cute little scooper duper here. And I just dig in that and into the bottom as far as I can. And I scoop up. Sorry, I needed to get my plate made in German. Hold on to this and we will dump it out here and see what kind of stuff we get. We have ribbons, we have trims, we have tons of buttons. This one is a velvet covered button, really pretty. And we have some black shank. This is green. Here's another green. This one reminds me of a mason jar. Here is a little thing with a the Citizens National Bank. If you find my keys, return them. Here's some cool single pieces of earrings. Here's another earring. I just love those. I love these buttons. These black buttons are so fun to use. You can paint on them. You can just put them in your cupboard. Here's a jewelry piece with dangles on it. Here's a roll of lace, doilies. This is a button cover that's connected to the doily and connected to the elephant. But you can just slide this right over your button, like your top button. This is a jewelry piece. This is a rose. This is a really nice stretchy bracelet. This is a beautiful glass bead necklace, fully functional, not missing anything. We have watches. I don't know if they work or not, but they're fun to take apart and use in your art as well. I have some dominoes in here. So this would be an example of a scoop that you could get. So I'm going to run this again in case someone is interested in this particular scoop. You can have this one, or we can dump it and scoop again. It's so fun to just get some cool pieces. I love the vintage laces. These are cutter quilt pieces. I got some quilt pieces from a friend and I cut them and slow stitched them into hearts. So here is our scoop. I'm going to dump that back in. Now that's just a rough idea of some of the things that you'll find in here. There's so many other buttons. There's rickrack. Like these are a set of wooden buttons, wooden shank. They're really nice quality buttons. They are, I don't know how old they are, but I just think they're cool. They're not new. Welcome, Amy, Pat, welcome. Anyone that's here. This is a piece. They took a like a sequin base and then added all these little pearly things. There are pegs in here. And as you can see, pegs will hold buttons, so you can get even more. Just some really pretty coat buttons. Here's some other ones. There's mother of pearl in here too. I just think if you would get a mason jar or a ball jar and just put these things in it and kind of position everything around, how neat that would look. It's just there's so much good stuff in here. Look at these buttons. Look at the texture on that button. That might be a celluloid, not 100% sure. I don't have a way to test it. Here's a whole bunch of these little metal ones. I can see if you like slow stitching, I can see using all these different colors for a slow stitch piece and maybe make a flower garden. Or here is, this is a cut glass one. So the stuff that you can find in um, this mix of vintage goodies are, there's very nice things in here. We're not talking about junk jewelry or, I mean, with the exception of the watches, I don't know how, but they would work. But everything else is pretty much intact. This is a really cool flower, single earring, but it would look so nice on a tag or a card. Um, I was trying to see if I could find some more. I know they're a mother of pearl in here. They must just be hiding in the bottom. These really big ones are cool. I love these. If you're looking for cool embellishments to go with your men, your Tim Holtz men, or your here's an old key. It just says swirlies on it. I can't see what it's for. It just has swirlies on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Really fun stuff. This is a crochet doily. Isn't that cute? It's just so tiny and has all these little layers. I never learned how to crochet. I mean, I might know might know about a stitch or two. These are little matchboxes that are made out of balsa wood. The bottom is paper. And they're collectible. They're so cute. This one's called the Tourist. And I think I have at least three of those in here. This one is the Tiger safety matches made in Sweden. So these came from Sweden. Three diamonds, impregnated patent safety matches manufactured in Sweden. So there's at least three of those in there. I'm not sure if I put any more. This is a vintage tart tin. So I just can't get over the kind of buttons. This is probably a celluloid. I don't know about that for sure, but sometimes I can tell by the shanks on them if they're shank buttons. This is a cool one. Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? If you are looking for some really nice goodies, come on in. Here's a metal button with a maple leaf on it, I believe. Here are a bunch of buttons that are all stuck together. This is just a piece of a chain. This is some very nice embroidery thread or whatever you want to use it for. Some pretty ribbon. Oh, I could just spend time looking through this. Um, Here is a card with some buttons on it. Here's the bracelet. Now, this bracelet is stretchy bracelet. It has three, wait, I don't know how many pieces it has, but it's cute. You can take it apart, you can wear it, whatever you want to do. Very nice. Mm. My I made my bracelets and they're falling apart, catching on stuff. There's beads in here. This is a frog. Everybody's like, "What's a frog?" It's a really cool, like hook and eye thingy, bobber. So there's the hook and there's the eye, but they're called frogs. Here's a really cool brooch with a little ducky. Oh, ducky. Where did the ducky go? Oh, he's still here. Little ducky applique. But this is a shell brooch. I'm not sure if it was handmade or what, but it sure is pretty. Another little piece of, here's another tiny little doily. Some pop caps. I love to use those to make magnets or other cool things. There's some millinery flowers in here. Just a whole bunch of really fun stuff. We have things falling out. Yo-yos. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to anyone that's come in. I'm gonna run this a couple more times in case anybody comes in and is interested. Tonight or tomorrow night, we are having our scrapbooking embellishments. So come by and see us tomorrow. And I have lots of fun stuff to add. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are running for scoops of vintage embellishments. All kinds of stuff in here. We have buttons of all kinds. We have brooches. We have trims. Look at these cool buttons. They all come together because they're I think I don't know what they're made out of, but they're all the shanks are the same color. We have one of these that you used to get your um needles in. Just wooden spools with lace, all kinds of stuff. It's really fun stuff. This is my scoop, so I scoop up a generous scoop. Be sure to bookmark my sale for tomorrow because I am having a scrapbook, junk journal type embellishment scoop. It's similar to this, except for I have all new embellishments. I have tons of stuff that you can use for your ATCs, your cards, all kinds of fun things. So, well, it looks like we're at 10 o'clock. Anyone that came by and visited me to say hello to, I'm looking at this moth outside my window. It wants to get in. Okay. I just love all this stuff. And I can think of, lots of things that I would do with this, but I'm a mixed media artist, so I use all these kinds of things in my art. Um, I alter matchboxes. Now these matchboxes are vintage and they're from Sweden. So I probably wouldn't alter these, but they would be nice to fill up with a couple buttons or lace or something for a friend, or stick it inside the journal or use it as a secret journal topper. Woo! All kinds of ideas. We are going to run this one more time and then I'm going to hope that I can I'm not sure if Argentina is playing yet tonight or not, but Portugal beat Croatia 2-1. So that's really cool. Portugal is doing okay. I'd like to see them go to the final, but I'm not sure they will make it. Oh, Colombia and Ghana are next, or I'm not sure who's next, if anybody. I'm confused. All right, we have about a minute and we are done for this evening. Okay, so I will be closing up our embellishments for tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope to see you then. Have a good night.